What's up, guys? This is Men of the Cloth 91. There is something that I want to touch on that was brought up in my youth group the other morning, and it was about friendships. Somebody in my youth group asked me if, let's say it's your best friend, if they're causing you to get in trouble, they're causing you to stumble, so to speak, should we keep them or should we get rid of them? So I told them I would put a video on YouTube. I'm going to start doing videos every week just to see how it goes. So, about friendships. First of all, if your friend is causing you to stumble, if your friend is constantly getting you in trouble, then in my opinion, they're no good. Because I say that for this reason. Because we are the people who influence us. Does that make sense? Basically what I mean is if we're around a particular thing or a particular person for so long, eventually we're going to begin to pick up their habits. Okay, the Bible even talks about not causing one another to stumble. So, if your friend is doing nothing but getting you in trouble, and they're not benefiting you, not only is it hurting you physically, but it's hurting you spiritually. It's more or less, should I say, stunning your spiritual growth, which is not a good thing. We are, especially for us Christians, guys, we're supposed to come to a point to where we get, Paul talks about getting off the milk and getting onto the meat. Okay? So, if somebody's causing us to stumble and we're not progressing in our faith and we're not progressing spiritually or growing spiritually, we're still stuck on the milk. So, if we're still stuck in a certain situation, nothing is ever going to progress. And sometimes our friends hinder us. And I'm not saying they're doing it on purpose, because 9 times out of 10 they're not. It's just they have this certain mentality that I am who I am and I'm never going to change. The Bible says that we aren't supposed to be partakers of the world, but we're supposed to be subject to the renewing of our minds daily. And that is not a direct quote. It's not verbatim. That I am paraphrasing. So, I'm not adding or taking anything away. But the Bible does say that we're supposed to be subject to the renewing of our minds daily. So, if everything is constantly the same, if everything is never changing, then it's, like I said, it's stunning our spiritual growth. And which leads me to my next point about friends. I've always said this, guys. True friends will always lead you to the cross. And if your friend is constantly leading you away from the cross, leading you into bad habits, like I had a friend that introduced me into smoking and dipping and drinking, and that was actually hindering my spiritual growth. And at the time, I was a die-hard Christian. Nothing could shake me, but I failed to realize that what was influencing me, I was becoming a part of. So, if your friend is not helping you spiritually, if your friend, whether it's your best friend, even family, guys, family is really bad about this. If they're not leading you to the cross and they're leading you away from it, especially for us Christians, it's only going to hurt you. So what I would recommend is pray about it and just see where God leads you. If they're not the right person in your life, then they are going to be removed. Okay? Friends are like leaves and trees, and I use this analogy a lot. And yes, it is a Medea analogy, so forgive me. But the friends are a dime a dozen. Friends are like leaves. Okay? They come and go as the seasons change, and they're always going to be different. But a true friend is like the root of the tree. He's going to stick with you in the summer, in the winter, in the fall, and they're the ones that are going to hold you up and lift you up and say, look, even though this is going on, this is what's going to happen. Me and you are going to stick together because I'm in it with you and we're not in this alone. So guys, be careful who your friends are. Choose your friends wisely. And just go at it with love. And, just guys, please, it's important. Just love everybody. Don't judge people by the way they live or sometimes by the way they act, because that's not right. So that's all I have for today. Until next time, my name is Man of the Cloth 91, and remember, Romans 1:16 says, I'm not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of God and the salvation of those that believe. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.